saw the book. Didn't purchase.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yamuna Kunja. Night talks of Raj Seva and Raj philosophy. I spoke yesterday, so you should speak today.
You can speak, no problem. You can speak.
I know there's no problem. Okay, and then you choose the topic.
This is a book of question and answer from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, our grand spiritual master. Today we are going through question number 68. How can one truly serve Lord Krishna? Srila Prabhupada is giving the answer. One truly serves Krishna by serving a spiritual master who is devotee of Lord Krishna and by serving Vaishnavas. However, neophyte devotees cannot understand this. They think that one who worships Krishna is the greatest devotee. Regarding themselves to be Vaishnava, they accept service from others. They give up service to the spiritual master and Vaishnavas. Those who heed the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees know that one truly serves Krishna by serving the spiritual master and Vaishnavas. There is no value of serving Bhagavan if there is no service to devotee of the Lord. Those who give up serving the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas and pretend to serve Lord Krishna or to do Nama Bhajana are in the fact committing offenses at every step. As long as offenses are committed, one cannot actually serve Lord Krishna and his holy name. Those who serve Guru and Vaishnavas automatically serve Lord Krishna and his holy name. Chaitanya Deva and Goswamis show mercy to devotees who serve the spiritual master and Vaishnavas with respect and love. Previously, I had the conception that I was a great scholar of mathematics. At that time, by great fortune, I had darshan of my Shri Gurudeva, when he showed no regard of my qualities of truthfulness, Satyavaditya, purity and mortality, and scholarship, Panditya. I understood how great his qualification must be if he would reject a person like me. When he started me in this way, I realized that no one in this world is as insignificant and reprehensible as me. I used to give so much importance to scholarship, Panditya, and morality, Naitikya Charitra. But this great personality did not give them even an iota of importance. I understood that he had something invaluable. I thought, is this person very merciful or is he full of false ego? Then I surrendered to Bhagavan. And with His mercy, I knew that there is no means of one's well being other than the mercy of such great personalities who are totally detached from wealth, women, and prestige. Niskinchana. When this proper intelligence arose in me, I also surrendered to my Sri Gurudev, and my life became successful. After this jolt from Sri Gurudev, I understood that unless materialistic persons are jolted like this, they cannot improve their lives. That is why I am telling everyone that of all people on earth, I am biggest fool. Do not be a fool like me. Abandon your pride or mundane scholarship and engage in the service of Bhagavan. Then your life will become successful. I am telling you the instruction of Lord Krishna, which I considered the most auspicious. Hare Krishna. So here we see that Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing how to serve Lord Krishna. It says that Govinda kahe no moro Vaishnava paran. Means Govinda, Lord Krishna says that my heart is Vaishnava. Vaishnava doesn't mean who is wearing saffron cloth or devotional cloth or putting tilak or having kanti. These are not Vaishnava qualities. Vaishnava qualities are titikshava karunika, surida sarvabhutanam, sarvadehinam. Then what is that? Titikshava karunika, surida sarvadehinam, ajata satrava santra, sadhava sadhu bhushana. Means the ornament of devotee is suhrid. He should be well-wisher. In every letter of Srila Prabhupada, he used to write, "Your ever well-wisher." I am speaking about Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Your ever well-wisher. So, sadhu should be well-wisher, Shuhrida Sarvadehinam. He is equal to every living entity. He doesn't do partiality. And like that, there are many qualities of sadhu. That is the internal quality. Of course, external dress is also necessary. Just like one goes to a particular school and he doesn't wear the uniform, the guard itself will not allow him in the school. He will chase him out from the gate itself. And the principal of the school will not allow the guard to enter someone without proper dress. So we are in a society, Vaishnava community, we should wear Vaishnava uniform. That doesn't mean that we became a Vaishnava. We become Vaishnava when we serve Vaishnava. When our service attitude grows and fully our consciousness is to serve Hari, Guru and Vaishnava, then our service is accepted by the Supreme Lord. If our service is accepted by our Gurudeva, we should always think that I am doing this thing. Will my Guru Maharaj agree with me if I do like this? If our Paramatma says from inside, yes, he will like, then we can do that. Otherwise, if our spiritual master is present in front of us, we should ask him what to do in every step. And then our life becomes perfect by serving the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. We should offer obeisances and ask question by rendering service. Upadeshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Then the learned scholar Gurudeva will reveal the knowledge, sacred knowledge of the spiritual world, by which we can go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So now I request His Holiness Bhakti Alok Paramadviti Swami Maharaj to give us some light on the topic.
Radhe Radhe Shyam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachaline Vishesha Shunyavati Paskatyadi Satani. I listened to everything which was read, but I wasn't fully concentrated because just a major strike took place in one of our preaching countries.
In Berlin?
In Venezuela.
Oh.
An upheaval of the entire preaching situation, etc. Nevertheless, I heard something from Srila Prabhupada's explanation. Ignoring knowledge and ignoring morality. That I can just envision on this very transcendental level which we are worshipping. The gopis are not running around with shastras under their arms, and nobody tells them, hey, it's against morality. Krishna plays his flute. You should not pay attention to it. And if anybody says that, then he is discarded. He is not authority. Krishna's flute called. So Krishna is beyond the rules and regulations which he himself has established. Because he says, yada yada hi dharmas yadam
Glanir bhavati
bharata glanir bhavati dharita abhyutananga dharmas yata tatmanam shijamanam. So Krishna himself establishes the dharma, and then he also says, who cares? If it is by my sweet will, now this is something we have to accept, that God is beyond everything. He can do anything and everything. He is always right. And this is the position of God alone. Nobody else can claim that. If somebody else claims this, then most likely he is a cheater. So that's one thing which struck me, and another thing which struck me from the reading was that we cannot make spiritual advancement if we are doing Vaishnava Aparat. Now the Vaishnava Aparat has bothered me a lot because I'm coming from ISKCON, It's my original society. And after Prabhupada left, I felt that many of my god brothers were severely mistreated, to the point that many of them simply ran away hither and thither. And of course, I remember after Prabhupada left that when we went into the offices of the temples, practically everywhere, there was a discussion of what this guru did, what that guru did, and it was like, everything was like, I wouldn't call it fault finding, I would rather call it fault observing or something. Because how can you ignore a fault when the fault is creating a big disturbance, no? But then when I switched over to the Gaudiya Math, by the divine grace of my Sannyas Guru Srila Bhakti Rakshira Maharaj, who was so generous to accept us, even though there was a lot of turmoil going on. Imagine when I went to Srila Srila Maharaj, there was 2 letters there threatening the mat. If you accept this guy, myself, then you will have trouble in the mat. We will create trouble to you. So, can you imagine a huge organization threatening a poor Bengali mission there with retaliation? It's like America challenging some
Bangladesh,
some little island in the Caribbean. So, but what I then observed was that in the long run, it became so offensive against the Gaudiya Math. Maybe in the beginning the Gaudiya Math was just ignored. But at that point it wasn't ignored, it was systematic anti-Gaudiya Math preaching in ISKCON. And that pains me a lot, because I have my 100% conviction, even though Gaudiya Math must have also made many mistakes in the time of Prabhupada's disappearance and how the new acharyas came to manifest. That was also many pains were there, but they're the followers of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And even the next generation now is also trying to follow Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And of course the devotees in ISKCON also worshipping Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But the overall attitude, especially of the leaders, is quite offensive. So then my concern is, how are we going to go back to home, back to Godhead, if we cannot overcome that? Or is that, I mean, I see it's very common. It is so common that people are against each other. Just almost general, people are often against each other. How will we go back to home, back to Godhead with all this attitude? I mean, I can say I love everybody. I love the devotees in Gaudiya Math, I love the devotees in ISKCON. So, but here, if I wanted to love the devotees in Gaudiya Math openly, then ISKCON would not receive me. But if I love the devotees in ISKCON openly, in Gaudiya Math nobody objects. That's the difference. Nobody objects, because I know that one of the most popular devotees in the Gaudiya Math from ISKCON, his name is Jayapataka Maharaj. He's so popular. Everybody likes him because he speaks a very good Bengali, number one, and because he has been a follower of his Gurudev all those years. So I don't see that negativity towards ISKCON in the Gaudiya Math. Of course, you also retaliate. When you feel rejected, you also get into the mood of rejecting. But personally, and that's one of the reasons why I'm with the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha, especially with the Unification Committee, I think we should heal that. I think those who harbor these offensive mentality, they will not advance spiritually. And that's very painful. Like we're always preaching to the newcomers. What about preaching to the old devotees if they do something wrong on that level? Of course, they may be the least one to listen to you. It's another thing. But at least, I don't know, did you read the book Search for Purity? You read it?
Yes.
Well, it shows clearly how innocent Srila Maharaj is. He has no ill intention towards his god brother and to his God. Not at all. But even now, that is portrayed differently. And with Srila Narayan Maharaj also. I was there with Srila Narayan Maharaj. For me, he was too much in favor of ISKCON, because he would always go there. And when I told him about my grievances in ISKCON, he used to tell me, stay in ISKCON, change ISKCON from within. He told me that at least 4 times in my life. I was still in ISKCON, I was taking his shiksha secretly. So he was not, and he would go to the events, and he was always favored, until finally they blew it up into his face and they totally rejected him, blaming everything on him, which there was no real blame on his side whatsoever. All he had done was preaching to a few older ISKCON devotees who used to come to him searching for some nectar from our tradition. That's all. And then, of course, when that blew up, but anyway, this tendency of devotees to be against each other groups, I find it very stupid. Maybe it's Krishna's arrangement so that everybody concentrates on his own work. That could be. That could be an option. That don't get involved. Don't have too many friends, because then you don't pay attention to your real work. Speculation of mine, but in one way or another, it says here, as long as you harbor offenses inside, you don't make much spiritual advancement. So I pray to Krishna to reveal how he wants the whole world to look upon the Vaishnavas looking upon each other. I mean, the Ramanuja Sampradaya and the Madhva Sampradaya, they didn't talk to each other in 200 years. Zero communication. So, I mean, it's not something totally new that there is some misgivings between different Vaishnavas. Anyway, I find them all lovely. I can't help it. I went to visit the Madhvas, I visit Ramanujacharya Sampradaya. I find them all lovely. One time a Ramanuja sannyasi came to visit our Vinda Kunja, and I asked him to give the class. And he gave a Bhagavad Gita class. Whatever he said, you can find in Prabhupada's books. He didn't say anything different. It was Bhagavad Gita straight, so to say, no? So we are one Sampradaya, but with different shades and emphasis. So it is something, because when Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that at one point all the Vaishnavas all will come under the banner of Mahaprabhu, then I became very hopeful when I heard that. And I thought the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha would be a very key element in this regard. And we will still look forward. Now finally, with the arrival of Janani Vas Prabhu here, we have our preaching established here. Because everything until now was just like hidden in the rooms, if at all, little preaching here and there. And now we're going to have full-time programs, outside presentation. People will see this is Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha spirit, here in this place. Let's see what comes. We will see. Also, internally, I feel that everything requires many, many years of maturing. But while it's maturing, we are getting very old. And like many of our people have already passed on. One of God brothers, no? In a time. So I had my words here today was praying for my God brothers on either side, in ISKCON as also in the Gaudiya Math. First degree God brothers, second degree God brothers, sannyas degree God brothers. I pray to them, not for them, because it's kind of an arrogance. No, I pray to them, please, let's join our hearts at the feet of our predecessors. Let's join our hearts and glorify with all enthusiasm what we have received, what came down, and which is manifested here in Vrindavan. And somehow or other, we are all here in Vrindavan, we are coming here. So please excuse me if I said anything which may hurt somebody, but it was truly historical truth, and I think Krishna always keeps the door open. Once I was invited by Bir Krishna Maharaj, who at that time was put in charge of the relationship with the other maths. With the other maths. The GBC had given that kind of service to him. And so we had a meeting in Mayapur, and we spoke non-stop for 4 or 5 hours. And we did not disagree on one single issue. Everything, yes, 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 yes. Finally, I said, okay, Maharaj, you agree, I agree. Why don't we have a meeting about this with other devotees? Why don't we show that we are actually, we do belong to each other, we like each other? And after that, I never heard again from him. That was the end of that conversation. So somehow or other, it's not easy, but you know, therefore I pray to all of them, excuse me, forgive any of my offenses I may have committed before or today, because for me, I wish one day we all meet together with our Guru Devas in the big Harinam party in the spiritual world. And there's the Vamana Maharaj dancing with Prabhupada dancing, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur is jumping high in the sky, and Gonitai, they're everywhere, and the ISKCON gurus and the Gaudiya Math gurus, and everybody is embracing each other and saying, wow, what a wonderful mission we met here in this world, which brought us to such an elevated destination. Jai Radhe. And if there's anybody missing then at that event, if somehow some of our God brothers not there for whatever reason, then we should think, hey, we have to bring this also and that one, because somehow or other they get lost by whatever mistakes they may have done. Because it's so easy to make mistakes in Kali Yuga, no? So when the devotees come and they bring you back, that is so nice. As a story of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, bringing back one devotee who had left. That story is told in his biography.
Getting very long.
It's getting too long. Anyway, they got the devotee back. Actually, his God brothers had kind of kicked him out. And Prabhupada was very angry because he didn't want anybody, so they brought him back. Radhe Radhe. Getting very long.